So we've just found out that a symbol can be a line, some letters, a shortened word, so we had SCH for school, a coloured area, or a little picture that looks like what the object looks like in real life. So we had the castle that looks like a castle in real life, and we had the lighthouse that looks like a lighthouse in real life. Now here we have some more symbols. We're going to look at the first two together and try and work out what they represent. So we've got two lines going across and then lots of little lines going down. Now what do I know that looks like that in real life? Well, I know a ladder looks like that. Do you think a ladder is represented on an Ordnance Survey map? No, I don't think there would be either. Okay, so it's not a ladder. What else do I know that looks like that? Oh, I know, something moves on it. Well, it's not a road because roads don't have lines across. What else could it be? Ah, yes, it can be a train track because train tracks have lines going across, don't they? And yes, look, it does look like a train track, doesn't it? Okay, let's have a look at the one underneath. So we have a building and it's got a cross on it. Now, what building do I know that has a cross like that on it? Ah, yes, the cross goes round and round, doesn't it? Ah, it's a windmill. And yes, it does look like a windmill, doesn't it? Now we have four more symbols. I would like to pause the video and see if you can work out what these symbols represent. Okay, yeah, too. So let's go through them together. Well, we have two shortened words here. We have pol and we have sta. Okay, what are they the shortened words of? Yes, fantastic. We have police station because we've got the POL of police and the STA of station. Fantastic. Now we have a phone here. Now, what does that phone symbol represent? What do you think? Why would we need to look for a phone on an Ordnance Survey map? Well, yes, it's a public phone. So when you're out walking, if you need to use a phone, you can look on an Ordnance Survey map and find this symbol and it will lead you to a public phone that anybody can use. Okay, now we have an I. Now this is a little bit harder. What does the I stand for? Yes, you're right. It stands for information. So when we're visiting a new area, if we want some information or a booklet or to talk to somebody about the area, we can look for one of these on an Ordnance Survey map, an I, and it will take us to an information desk where someone can give us that information. And then finally, we have some trees here. Now, where do we know that has lots of trees? Yes, a forest has lots of trees, doesn't it? So therefore, this symbol represents a forest and in particular a coniferous forest, but don't worry too much about that as long as you know that it represents a forest. Now we have been able to work out what these symbols represent because some of them look like what they represent. So the windmill looks like a windmill, the train track looks like a train track, the forest looks like a forest. But how can we make this easier for ourselves? What is on a map that could make it easier? Ah, yes, you're right. We could use a key or a legend, okay? And a key or a legend comes with every map. So every map will have its own key or its own legend. And it tells us what each symbol on the map stands for. So if we look at the key on the left, an orange square represents a built-up area, a green square represents a park, and an airplane represents an airport. Now, the other two keys and legends that we can see are from an Ordnance Survey map. And an Ordnance Survey map normally has a legend, and you'll find it at the back of the Ordnance Survey map because they have lots of different symbols that are represented on the map. So there's a lot of information rather than the small key that we can see on the left-hand side, which only has a couple of features, a couple of symbols. So can you see on the middle one, they have the symbol and then what it represents is underneath. Well, if we have a closer look at the next one, each symbol has a number next to it. Can you see? So if we're looking at number 22, okay, we found that symbol on the map. We've now found it on our key, and then we can see it's number 22. So then we'd go across to the long list of numbers and find number 22. And then we'd move our finger along and, it's an orchard. Now we know what one of those is from our reading, don't we? It's where fruit trees are grown. So that's how you'd use an Ordnance Survey map key. So let's see if we can find some of these symbols on our Ordnance Survey map key. So we've got a blue line. Now, can you see the blue line on the key? Ah, yes, I can. It's here. Can you see it? Now, what number is that got next to it? Yes, it's got number 7. So we're going to go to our line of numbers, our list of numbers, and find number 7. Ah, there it is. Can you see it? And what did that symbol represent? Yes, it represents a motorway. Well done. Now we've got another one here. What could this symbol represent? Could you pause the video and have a go at working out using the key what this symbol represents? Okay, Yetu, so let's have a look. We have got that symbol. Now, can we see that symbol on our key? Ah, yes, I can see it. It's there. And what number is next to it? Yes, number 15. So now we need to have a look at the list of numbers to find out what number 15 represents. Can we see it? Ah, yes, I can see it. It's there. And what does it represent? Yes, it represents a cliff. So we've looked at the symbol, then we found the symbol in the key, found the number, and then found the number in the list. And that's how easy it is to find out what a symbol is represented as on a map, what it represents. Okay, so now it is your turn. You have a worksheet, Year 2 Geography, 5th of February, Resource 1, and it has lots of different symbols on it. And then on your Resource 2, you have the key or legend from the Ordnance Survey map, okay? Now you need to look at this legend or key to work out what each symbol represents that I've given you, and then you need to write what it represents under the different symbols, okay? So that is all for our geography lesson today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, Year 2, and I'll see you in our next geography lesson. Bye!